Well, we'll try it again. I mean, this has got to be the third time I've tried to do this video now. Fucking twice my alarm's gone off to wake me up. Um, so I just finished a shift in the cafe this morning, and I was absolutely knackered. Because I was on my own this morning, so I was absolutely knackered by the time I finished my shift. And I came in and I thought I'll have a little nap, put Peaky Blinders on and had a bit of a nap. And then woke up and thought, oh, I need to do an update for the video for the boat. So where are we? We are on phase 2. Okay, phase 1 was get the mast up. Phase 2 was get the alternator sorted. Phase 3 is move the boat. So where are we with everything then? Right, so I had a chat with Andy Fremantle, who did the rigging for me, did the mast for me, stepped my mast up. He did drop me an email just to say give him a buzz, just to have a chat. So I've done that and had a chat with him, and they did run into a few issues while they were putting the mast up for me. But he sorted them all out for me, and he said, he hasn't charged me for it. He's just done it because, he's that kind of guy. He was just like, oh, I just want to see you get out in the water, mate. So yeah, he sorted the mast out for me. That's all good to go. The stays have all been tensioned. The boom is all in place. The sheets are all in place. And the mast is up. So I am so looking forward to going down and seeing it. I can't wait. I really can't wait to go and see this girl now. There were a couple of, like I said, we had a couple of issues with it, but he sorted it out for me. And it was just bits and pieces that, it needed a bit of a clean here and there, and a little bit of rusted gathers. It needed a bit of treatment. So he's done all that for me, which is really nice of him. But I said I'll give him a shout out on social media for it as well. So if you've got a boat or a yacht and you're in South Wales area, by all means, if you need any rigging or mast work done, give Andy Fremantle a call from Fremantle Rigging, or they're based over in Penarth. All right, really nice bunch of guys, and yeah, I can't recommend them enough. All right. He did have a look at the alternator for me, because he did say that he was going to do that. He was going to get his mechanic to have a look at the alternator, and he couldn't find any model numbers or anything for the alternator, so he can't really tell me which alternator to get, other than try a 12-volt diesel alternator that's going to fit a Yanmar engine. So I've done some research already, and I found quite a few, and they're about 100 quid. So I've got a couple of shifts lined up at the cafe this week, which will pay for the alternator. So that's my plan, is to hopefully have the alternator beginning of next week, if not the weekend, just depending on how quick I can get it delivered to me. So my plan is to possibly next week at some point, which would be the week of, God knows, I don't know what day it even is today, the 4th. So next week, Tuesday the 4th, or next week, whatever that is, that's when I'm planning on going down and fitting the new alternator. And then fingers fucking crossed, we get the engine running and the alternator's running fine. But that's my next job, is the alternator. And he said, oh, by the way, do you know you got an hole in the bottom of it? I was like, yeah, I know. There's a great big hole in the bottom of the alternator like that. He's going, yeah, maybe that's why it was broken. I was like, yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe it's just fucking shot. So we'll get that sorted. That's the next phase. I was chatting to Vicky about it, and I said to Vicky, do you want to come down? And have I mentioned Vicky yet? Vicky, why am I asking you? So I've been talking to this girl, Vicky. How would you describe her? She's just fucking amazing. We'd been chatting and we met up, and as soon as we met up with each other, it was just like instant attraction on both of our sides, and we straight away we hit it off. And then she came up last weekend and she spent Saturday with me, and it was just fantastic to be able to sit and be with her and talk to her, and and she gets me on so many different levels. It's quite freaky in some respects, quite scary in the respect that, like, she gets me on, yeah. So anyway, yeah, she's fucking brilliant. She really is. So that kind of changes plans as well. It's changed plans as well, because we're looking at long term now. And we spend hours talking to each other on the phone every day, and we're taking it slow because we have to, in some respects, because she lives in Bath and I live down here. But we talk to each other all day long, every day. And then at night, then we sit and chat to each other on cams all night long. So it's really nice to be able to sit and have an adult conversation with somebody who gets me and understands where I'm coming from, and I can talk about things that are going on in the world. And she's got an interest, and she's there herself. She's awake herself, and she kind of understands where I'm coming from, and she sees the kind of things that I see as well. So it's really, really nice to be on the same wavelength in that respect. It means I can actually sit and have a conversation rather than just sit there in silence and fucking, you know, as previous relationships were just fucking, yeah. So she lives in Bath at the moment, and I live down here in Dorset. But the long-term goal, I think, is at some point I'd possibly be moving towards Bath. So that kind of changes things for me in the respect that I don't want to bring April all the way down from Cardiff, sail her all the way around the southwest coast of England, more up in Poole, which is what I was originally going to be doing. I was going to take her to Uphill, and then from Uphill travel around the coast through the summer. So I'm going to be taking her to Bristol, which is just across the channel, really. It's not too bad. It's just across the Bristol Channel from Cardiff. So that's kind of about the plan, is to do that. And then we'll go from there. But I need to get this alternator sorted first, and that's the first thing that I need to get done. But as I say, I'm working on that now, and we're looking at doing that next month, maybe not, maybe before, hopefully before next month. Yeah, it all depends on the alternator. I mean, I'm hopefully, like I said, I'm getting it this weekend, and then going down next week at some point to go and fit it. Depending, I mean, Vicky wants to come down with me, but you know, whether she's got commitments herself in Bath, so it doesn't mean that she might not be able to just drop everything and come down. But we'll have a talk about it. It may just be a case of I may just have to go down on my own and do it. I don't think it'd be much fun for her just sitting there and while I'm sweating away in the cabin trying to get the fucking alternator sorted. But you know, it'd be a nice day out for her just to sit down in the marina, you know, and have a picnic in the marina or something. So that's the kind of long-term goal, is to get the alternator sorted and get her across to Bristol now. And Bristol, where I was going to put her in Bristol, where I'm going to put her in Bristol, and where she was going to be going anyway, it's kind of the same kind of, well, it's not the same kind of distance, but traveling distance from where I am. I'm about halfway, so yeah, it doesn't really matter if I put her in Bristol or I put her in Uphill. It's still going to be just about an hour's drive either way to go down and see the boat. But after sitting here yesterday, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and I was just sat, you know, I was just thinking, oh. And then all these posts are coming up on my Facebook of all my other friends that have got like boats and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, oh no, I wish I was out on the water today. Be a lovely day just to get down onto the boat and just go for a sail in the channel, drop anchor somewhere, and just sit and have a nice picnic in the channel, or you know, go out into the bay and have a nice picnic in the bay. That would have been quite nice. So that's kind of the plan. That's kind of where we're going with things at the moment. Alternator is, yeah, that's going to be done now, hopefully in the next week or so. But I'll do another video then when we go down to see her, because I'm so excited to see her. I can't explain how much I've missed her. I really can't. I mean, when I ended my relationship and I walked away, it was a case of that I had her to concentrate on, and I was able to spend time with her, and she kind of helped me heal in some respects, and it gave me something to focus on. So she was really, really good. And now that I'm away from her, I've had time to get myself sorted out here, and now I've got to a point again where I'm like, oh, but I miss her. Yeah, I miss my boat, I miss my yacht. So I want to get down there and spend some time with her, and do some work. And not only that, I've still got all my tools and stuff sitting in her as well. So yeah, that's kind of the long-term plan, is to go ahead and get that sorted now. But yeah, I mean, like days like today, I mean, it's a little bit overcast, it's a little bit windy, but you know, it's a perfect sailing day. Perfect sailing day. Got a nice gentle breeze, and it would be be beautiful just a bit, whack the mast up and just sail off into the deep blue sea. Yeah. I don't think I've got anything else to report at the moment. I'm trying to think. No, that's it. So yeah, that's it. Entered phase 2 now, officially. Alternator, I'm hoping to get, like I say, by the weekend. I've got a few marked up already to buy, so it's just a question of getting the funds available. I've got a couple of commitments this week. Tomorrow I've got something that I've got to get done, which kind of affects my long-term future as well, which is quite exciting, but I'm not talking about that at the moment because I don't want to jinx it or anything. So yeah, we're just going to sit and wait. But we'll see what happens next week, and yeah, if we get down to the boat, I'll obviously do a little video from her, because I want to be able to keep a record of her, and see her with her mast up, because it's like, wow, it's exciting to go and see her. So that's the plan. Right, so a couple of minutes and then I'm going to start getting ready again to go do my second shift, my split shift. And then that'll give me the money then for the boat, for the alternator. So I'll have earned that today, the alternator money today. So it's just a question then of just getting one delivered, and getting it down for the weekend. So there we are. Right. So we'll let you go for now. I'm going to finish my brew, and then get back into work, and we can go from there. So take care of yourselves and each other, and next video should be sitting on April.